Some of the fundamental ones is providing abundance for everyone. And we had a long transition to get to where we are, and a part of that was recognising all of the problems in the developed world, and we have very, very comfortable lives, and we slowly realised that our comfort was at the expense of the discomfort and the lives actually of lots of people in developing countries, and that's a very uncomfortable realisation. And there's lots of things you can do about that, and for us it was so uncomfortable that we couldn't tolerate living in that way anymore, so we really wanted to change our own lives. Firstly to try and be more comfortable in terms of living with ideals we believed in, but also for trying to create a world where everyone had the same opportunities that we did. Because we're very, very lucky in the developed world that we have lots of opportunities. We're very well looked after. But unfortunately not everyone has those. That was something that we couldn't tolerate in our lives anymore. So that's one of the fundamental concepts, is trying to provide a higher quality of life for everyone on the planet. And that's very, very difficult to do in the economic system that we have. So through a lot of our own research, we identified lots of different problems which I think are very, very obvious to everyone, with our education system, with environmental problems, with the way our food is produced, and we realised that all of these problems at their core, they're all symptoms of the same problem, which is the monetary system. And we realised that we can try and fight all these different things individually, or we can try and fight the underlying problem, and that's what we decided to do. So the Venus Project is they were the first that coined the phrase resource-based economy, so I guess they're the original project that identified with that concept. And it was the first project we found that we identified with most of the ideals and the motivations for the project. So in that sense, we feel that we're following the transition to a resource-based economy. And one thing we like a lot about this concept is that it's about creating emerging technologies and an emergent society, which means that instead of having a written book saying these are our ideals, this is what our endpoint, and having some utopia to reach for, which is what a lot of these isms, such as communism and socialism and capitalism, and any of these isms have some rules that you follow forever and ever. And the nice thing about a resource-based economy is it's based on just improving every day, every year, just to be better than you were the year before, and adapt to the times, adapt to the people, and adapt to the society. And that's something that's very attractive to us as scientists, because that's exactly how science works, and that's about following the scientific method. So some 100 years ago we thought the world was flat, and that was a fact. That was as much as we knew. And now we know that's wrong, and we don't follow that, and we don't base our scientific principles on that, and we don't base our lives on that. And that's a very nice way to structure a society, by continuously learning, continuously adapting it to the people who are living in the society and the next generations to come.